We are following breaking news out of Russia where Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner mercenary group, says that his forces have left Ukraine and are headed into Russia. This is an act that senior members of the Russian military intelligence are calling a coup attempt. This comes hours after he accused the Russian military of targeting his Wagner troops in Ukraine with missiles.
What's up, everybody? True Crime King back. All right. This is some big news, all right? So the head of Wagner, one of the largest military groups in Russia, is attempting a coup, right? Prigozhin is trying to out all of the senior military officials. He thinks they're doing a horrible job in Ukraine. He hasn't said anything about Putin yet, but I'm sure Prigozhin wants to take over everything, right? This is just crazy. I mean, it's a good thing for Ukraine all around, though. I mean, now Russian troops have, they have to try and defend their border from the Ukrainian troops, right? And they also have a war from within, right? So Russia is in a seriously bad situation right now. So let's see what else they got.
Prigozhin has become increasingly vocal in his criticism of Russia's military leadership. The White House says it's monitoring the situation very closely, but is alarmed at potential tension in this nuclear-armed country.
And bro, real quick, it's not like they can drop a nuke on their own citizens, right? Attacking them. So, and Wagner, they have over 25,000 soldiers, right? And let's not forget, a lot of these soldiers that are fighting the war for Russia don't even want to be there. So a lot of them are actually loyal or sympathetic to Wagner. So a lot of them might, change sides, especially if Wagner and Prigozhin start winning or gaining more steam, right? This is like, again, this is crazy, and it could be a good thing. I mean, if the coup is successful, the war could end, and as soon as the coup's done, right? Who knows?
Joined now by NBC News foreign correspondent Raf Sanchez. He's in Kyiv. It's in the middle of the night there. But Raf, this is a serious development.
This is a serious development, Ali, and in just the last couple of minutes, our colleagues at the White House have confirmed President Biden has been briefed on this confusing situation unfolding in Russia in the middle of the night. It is
And yeah, real quick, it's not like it's hard to get information that's that we can trust from Russia, right? So that's why everything is so confusing. Russian state media and Prigozhin, we don't know who's telling the truth, and so we're trying to piece all this together, but it seems like there's 100% a coup attempt.
3 a.m. here in Ukraine. It is 3 a.m. in Moscow. Here's what we know. The Russian government, as you said, is accusing Yevgeny Prigozhin, the volatile head of the Wagner mercenary group, of mounting a coup against the Russian government. The domestic intelligence agency, the FSB, has opened a criminal case. They are accusing Prigozhin of armed rebellion, and President Putin has been briefed on this criminal case, which is the Kremlin's way of signaling that this has approval from the very, very top. In the last hour, Prigozhin, who has been releasing a series of audio messages all night, says he has moved his troops out of Ukraine towards the southern Russian city of Rostov. He says he has not met resistance from Russian forces, that both border guards and regular army troops have melted away in the path of his forces. Ali, we should be really clear. Prigozhin is a man with a history of exaggeration. Not everything he says can be taken at face value.
Yeah, that's what I just said. But, you know, Wagner did pull out of Bakhmut a couple weeks ago, right? So they could have been saving a lot of ammunition for this, right? And the regular army, they have still been fighting on the front lines. So whoever's got the most ammunition is gonna win, right?
At this moment, we have no independent verification that a column of Wagner troops is indeed advancing into southern Russia, but that is the claim that the Wagner chief is making right now, and it appears that the Kremlin is taking no chances. Russian state media says that the Kremlin has tightened security in Moscow and in other Russian cities, and this is a government right now that appears to be preparing to fend off a coup. Now, as you said, this is of enormous concern to the White House and the United States. Russia is a nuclear-armed country, and the stakes really could not be higher in terms of who is in charge there.
I'll watch it closely with you, Raf. I'm sorry to keep...
Yeah, and so even if Wagner doesn't take Moscow, right? I mean, they could just take over the one city that he was just talking about. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but if Prigozhin and Wagner control the southern half of Russia, and then they just start gaining more and more supporters, Russia could be essentially cut in two, and then who knows what would happen from there, even if they don't take the Kremlin in Moscow. But I'm going to keep covering this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that like button for the algorithm. And until next time, True Crime King, out.